so much. You know, the Car Czar will often offer help, free help to Good Day viewers, and this morning he's stepping it up a notch.
An entire police department has had to squeeze the budget pretty badly, and Doug may be able to help out. Doug Browner live in Isleton this morning.
Good morning,
hey there,
Doug.
Hey, good morning. You know, if you haven't been to Isleton, it's a very cool little city right on the river. Absolutely beautiful, but like a lot of families, Isleton has some budget issues, and it's not surprising. But when those budget issues hit the police department, well, people like the chief of police get concerned. We caught up with the Isleton PD. Take a look at this.
The car that we have here, Unit 803, one of our officers one day was driving en route to a call, and transmission started slipping, gave out on him completely. As he was giving out on him, ironically enough, the engine started going out, started popping, and started sputtering, and ultimately came to just a dead ending. So we ended up having to get this one driven back over here, but we were going like 10 miles an hour just to get it here. So the engine just went completely down. This one right here, this is the only canine unit that we have. This officer was en route to cover me on a call, and everything went out on it. The transmission, the overhead lights, the entire radio system, the computer inside the car, everything went out. We have one canine. Canine was just certified about a week and a half ago. So this is the only canine car we have. This is the only canine officer that we have. And unfortunately, we can't even use the canine now. This is the one unit that runs for the time being. Again, this one here, the tranny is going out. It does slip a lot. There's a water leak in it. I've had that fixed a couple times on my own. There's also a knocking sound coming from the bottom of from the car. This one was involved in an auto accident, probably about a year ago. The other side of it is dented, so it's cosmetically, it's not the nicest looking thing on the other side. So.
And as we come back here live in Isleton, this is one of the cruisers that literally was just sitting in the parking lot of the police department. Chief Steve Adams joins us live. Good morning, Chief. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm well. And look, the reality is not just unique to the Isleton Police Department. There are law enforcement agencies all over the state that are really struggling with budgets that just aren't what they used to be.
Absolutely. You know, with the crunch that the state's going through, and every city and municipality in the state, you know, we're all suffering the consequences, and unfortunately for us, one of those consequences are, you know, cars, getting them fixed, or even getting them here.
Right. We had heard actually that at one point you were down to one cruiser, and that you had officers who still, by the way, were doing their job and upholding their duty, responding to calls in their own cars, their own personal cars.
Yeah, that got a little scary. You know, I don't really encourage that, but again, it's, you know, how these officers feel about the people in the city. You know, they care about this city, the people here, and they're not going to respond to emergencies, but they will respond to calls for service without emergency.
All right. Well, we partnered with Sierra Heart Towing up in the Sacramento area, and they were able to tow two of the cruisers that was broken down in your parking lot. They towed them up to Sacramento to my shop. I'm going to be honest with you, it was a little bit of a challenge. I used the analogy earlier that if you haven't gone to the dentist in about 5 years, when you finally go, he says, "Oh boy, we got a lot of work to do." That's sort of what I felt with the cruisers. The good news is that this morning I bring back to you this right here. This is the last cruiser. We were able to get it running. I drove it down this morning, and I don't mind telling you, Chief, it was kind of fun. People drive very slowly, Marianne, when you're driving a police car. We're going to talk more with Police Chief Adams. We're going to show you what we're able to do to get these guys back up and running. And new child seat law coming into effect. Big kids and boosters. We'll tell you all about that coming up live. We're in Isleton. Back to you.
All right.